Why? Are the allegations in Florida? Are you investigating for what he's doing in Florida? Okay.
Patrick Bet-David and the crew at Valuetainment seem determined to go down with the ship when it comes to their relentless simping for the self-confessed sex traffickers, the Tates. They were at it again in the latest episode of the PBD podcast. This will serve as a follow-up to my video about Andrew Tate's recent appearance on the PBD podcast, where Patrick and his crew debased themselves for this absolute degenerate.
It's been 6 years since this man's been in America.
Are you sure they know who I am? I don't think anyone's
I don't know if they do. They
think
may or
anyone's
may
heard of
not.
me.
No, they may or may not, but you may know him. We got Vinnie in the house, and we got this guy here as well. Click on the link above or below. Come join us. Let's see what he has to say.
I'll leave a link to my video reacting to that train wreck in the description for those who haven't seen it yet. Before we get into this video, I need to say a thank you to all of our supporters. If you'd like to support the growth of the content on this channel, you can join as a member or buy a Gadget or coffee. The links are in the description. Okay, now firstly, let's have a look at what Patrick Bet-David had to say about the announcement that the Tates are being criminally investigated in Florida.
Allegations fully investigated. Why? Are the allegations in Florida? Are you investigating for what he's doing in Florida? Okay. Not been here for 6 years. You want to investigate him for what he's doing in Florida? Okay. Based on what premises? Based on what issues? Based on what evidence? If you do, great. That's your job. Go do it. But if it's because of what they did in Romania, you want to do it here, do we have an extradition law between U.S. and Romania? Is there any kind? I know U.S. and U.K. have it from 06 and 03.
Why are they being investigated in Florida? You know why, Patrick. One of the listed victims in the Tate's first trafficking case in Romania is a woman from Florida. She was recruited by Tristan from Miami to Bucharest. But you knew this, didn't you, Patrick? You absolute hack. The next member of the PBD podcast crew to chime in about the news of the Tates being criminally investigated in Florida was Patrick's sidekick and longtime Tater Tot simp, Adam Sosnick.
Your thoughts on what's going on with the Tates?
Look, I'm actually very disappointed in the Florida government right now. I mean, if you told me something like this happened in New York, if you told me like something like this happened in California, if you told me something like this happened in Chicago or a blue state, I'd be like, all right, I could see that. But Florida, where woke goes to die, the free state of Florida, these guys haven't been charged or convicted of anything. It's all allegations, and I'm not making any apologies for what they may or may have done. I'm just stating the facts here.
Oh boy. Adam says he's stating the facts, yet he says they haven't been charged with anything. Yet Andrew and Tristan Tate have been charged for a very long time. Andrew, for example, is currently charged for anally raping a 15-year-old girl and trafficking a 17-year-old girl. And Adam Sosnick surely knows this.
But Florida, as a lifelong Floridian, my entire life, I'm actually like, I don't even feel comfortable saying how I truly feel for the first time in my life, because maybe the Attorney General is going to open up an investigation on something he hears on the internet.
Adam whines, saying he doesn't feel comfortable, saying what he truly feels for the first time in his life, because authorities in Florida are investigating 2 self-confessed sex traffickers when there is evidence to suggest that they trafficked one of their residents. This is alarming and says more about Adam than it does about Florida. Adam then compares Andrew to The Rock, Hulk Hogan, and Randy Savage, saying that he's playing a character.
And I get that the Tates say some things that are incredibly shocking. But like I made the analogy the other day, it's like when Hulk Hogan or The Rock or Macho Man Randy Savages say some ridiculous stuff, they're playing a character. And in many components, Tate, when he does his online persona, is playing a character. Can we at least admit that? How many times has Tate put on the sunglasses to play the character and then he goes, let me take these off to make my point? Like, it's almost like Superman's cape. Those are his glasses. So, Governor DeSantis, who we've been very congratulatory towards and say great things, he comes and says, you're not welcome. Why? Are there any crimes? It's almost like they want to find the man and then find the crime. And then Tate called it absolute communism. So it's very confusing. But the question is, can you be charged, arrested, tried for being a loudmouth talker?
What do you mean? Look at Trump.
Look,
what do you mean?
Really? Tell me, Adam, do you think that Andrew Tate was playing a character when he was teaching a step-by-step course on how to traffic women into pornography when people paid him for the pimping hose degree?
The HR department, the HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you. So it's not an easy task.
You utter clown. The next crew member to join in the Tate-a-tot simp session was Vincent Oshana, who chimed in to give us a massive red flag.
Vinny, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I just feel, I think it's hypocritical with DeSantis and all these guys that were just so anti, Joe Biden's weaponization of the justice system, going after Trump for everything that they were saying that he was doing, all the charges, everything. You don't like the fact that he was talking shit about you. So now you guys are sending the attorney general. By the way, he took Pam Bondi's job, that AG. You're looking for a crime now and you nailed it, Pat. Right now, if they just start an investigation on someone, you don't think people are going to come out and be like, yeah, I'll say something. Yeah, you know what they'll do? They'll be like, did you feel uncomfortable in that room with him? Yeah. Did Andrew Tate make you feel weird? Or did you hook up with him? Oh, were you uncomfortable during the sex? They're looking for something because they don't like him, and you nailed it, Rob. This is...
What the fuck, Vinny? So, because these self-confessed sex trafficking child predators are being investigated in Florida, Vinny is scared that they could open an investigation on someone and ask people if they were uncomfortable with you during sex. I think our guy Vinny needs his hard drive checked, and every woman in his vicinity needs to be cautious. The next contribution we had was from their guest, Fox contributor Rob Smith. I wasn't really familiar with Rob, but his take was really something.
It's a political play by Team DeSantis here in Florida. I think to just go out and kind of like have the attorney general say that, we're going to investigate, et cetera, et cetera. What this has to do is with the fact that Casey DeSantis is rumored to be running for governor, right? Yeah. So this is all politics. And what it speaks to me, and this is the reason that DeSantis got destroyed in the primary, it's the reason that honestly, a lot of people that were on Team DeSantis are so dead in DC and MAGA world right now is because they do not read the room. But this is naked politics, and this is also Team DeSantis trying to run to the left of anything that they see as sort of unseemly or any cultural figures that are very powerful in MAGA world. This is the reason that they are dead in DC. I do not think that there's any real particular reason why they wanted to pick this fight other than to try to look good or more moderate or to the left of what they see as hardcore MAGA or even Trumpism.
So, according to Rob, the rape and trafficking of women and children is a left versus right political issue. I feel like I was much better off when I had never heard of this guy. The last member of the panel was Patrick's financial guru and chief strategy officer of his life insurance pyramid scheme, Tom Ellsworth. Tom actually didn't really contribute to this conversation about Florida investigating the Tates, but he most certainly has joined in the PBD podcast Andrew Tate simp sessions in the past. And I have one clip that I never intend on letting Tom live down. From March 2024, after the Tate's extradition to the UK was approved.
Someone's going to have to hear what they have to say. Their message is going to get out there. Tom, did you have any thoughts on this, or you're sitting there pretty quiet?
No, this is unsurprising, but this is horrifying. You've got now UK courts on these guys didn't kill Kennedy. And they're being extradited at great cost, great publicly, from Romania to here. So somebody doesn't like what they're saying, and somebody doesn't want them to say more. And now you've got a what's this, 2012, a 10-year-old case? This is 2012 is the first case. So this is unsurprising to me. They have pissed somebody off. They continue to piss somebody off. And now all of a sudden, well, there's nothing. And now the 4 girls are in the UK. They do a crowdfunding thing. What the hell does the Crown Court care about two guys who had a dispute with some women compared to all the things that you could be
There's so many
worried
other
about.
things that-
Something is up below the surface, and these guys have pissed somebody off, and they're not going to let it go. And you know what's interesting? Whoever it is, they can't say what it really is.
The extradition that Tom is speaking about is for trial-ready charges that include human trafficking and rape. Tom was just calling sex trafficking and rape a dispute with some women. These charges are what he is asking why the Crown Court would care about them. He was talking about sex trafficking and rape when he said it's not like they killed Kennedy. This is how sick this group of absolute freaks really is. Patrick Bet-David truly is a disgusting, disgraceful, depraved, degenerate piece of filth. Not just with the way he made his money, by exploiting vulnerable immigrants in a pyramid scheme, which I've covered extensively on my channel. But what the hell is with this over-the-top propaganda that he is running for these self-confessed sex-trafficking child predators? I find it really hard to believe that this is just a financial agreement. Have Patrick Bet-David and his team used the services of the Tates? Do the Tates have something on them? In my opinion, they have opened themselves up to make it fair to ask this question.